If you feel like giving up, dropping out, or changing your major, this is the video that you watch to not give up on yourself in college. Okay, so the way that I define giving up is knowing there is more that you could do to achieve your goal, but you're consciously choosing not to keep trying and putting in the effort to make it happen. Which I want to be clear, giving up in my world is never a bad thing. But one of the things that I teach my coaching students is this. Before you make the decision to not keep trying, to not keep putting in the effort, make sure that you are in love with the reason why you're choosing to give up. So here's what I mean by that. I want you to be able to tell this story of how you chose to not continue to pursue this particular goal and feel really proud and confident and secure in the decision it is that you made. What I see is that students give up or pivot in college for two reasons. So reason number one is because you truly no longer want the goal. And I'm going to give you an example because this is one of the reasons why I chose to not continue pursuing my medical degree. So when I graduated college, I had the option to do a post-baccalaureate program to bring up my GPA and go apply to medical schools, or I could choose to go the RN midwifery route. When I started to think about the quality of life it is that I wanted, how many hours I wanted to work, what I wanted to do with my life post-college, the more I thought about it, the more misaligned the OBGYN route became. And what I desired more was to just be working in an environment where I got to deliver babies, where I only had to work 3 to 4 days a week. I had most of my time to myself and I made a decent amount of money. And based off of that, like self-discovery and really thinking about my values and the quality of life it is that I wanted to live, I chose to not pursue the medical school route, even though that was what I was pursuing at the time, and instead go the RN and midwifery route. So sometimes we choose to give up because we don't want the goal anymore. It's just not something that we're interested in anymore. But what I'm seeing most of the time is that students are giving up because they don't feel like they can do it. They don't feel like they can achieve the goal. It feels too hard. It's taking longer than they thought that it was going to take. They're having a lot of setbacks and it just feels impossible. They don't see how they're going to make it happen. And what I know is that for the students who feel like they are so far away from their goal and are really struggling with how hard and impossible it feels, if they knew how to make it happen, if they had been taught the skills, if they had the support, if they had the guidance, they would keep trying until they achieved the goal. So this is a student that I'm talking to where you're just like sort of tired and you're struggling and you think about quitting all the time, but you don't really want to. You just don't see a way out. So step one in not giving up on yourself is figuring out whether you really want to quit or not. Like really thinking about why you're considering it and how you would feel telling people your reason for not continuing on, for not pursuing. If after doing that self-reflection, you still want to give up, you still want to quit, and you really like your reason, then great. Give up, pivot, make a different decision, and go live your best life. But if during this self-reflection process you realize you don't want to give up, then you're going to have to do the work on selling yourself on why you actually want to keep going. Why is choosing to not give up, choosing to keep working at this, choosing to keep trying different things the best thing for you and your future life? Why will it be worth the effort? Why will it be worth the time? Why will it be worth the potential failures and setbacks and falling down and getting back up again? This kind of self-reflection work is so simple in the process of not giving up on yourself. And yet we tend to roll our eyes at it. We think it doesn't matter or that it's something silly to do. But the truth of the matter is, this is exactly what you did to convince yourself that you should quit. So if you really are deciding that you're not going to quit, that you're going to commit to going full force, no matter what, towards achieving this goal, you're going to have to do the work to convince yourself on why you shouldn't quit. And you're going to have to list out every single reason why it's worth it, every single reason in support of why you should keep going. And you're going to have to remind yourself of that every damn day. That is what it's going to be required to not quit on yourself. Step 2 is after you've decided that you're all in no matter what, that you will keep working at this until you achieve the goal you set for yourself. You have to think about why it's been hard. Why does it feel impossible? What is it that you're struggling with? And the reason why you really want to take the time to think about this is so that we can create a plan to solve for that. Because the truth is, you have been blessed with a working human brain, and working human brains are designed to learn, to grow, to evolve. So what I mean by that is, if you're struggling right now, if it's feeling hard, if it's feeling like an uphill battle, if it's feeling like you're not going anywhere no matter what it is that you try, it's because you haven't been taught the skills that you need to succeed and thrive at this goal. So your job is to get clear on what's not clear. Your job is to get clear about what's confusing you. Your job is to figure out what you don't know how to do. Your job is to figure out what skill will help make it easier for you. Your job is to figure out what support would help make it easier for you. Your job is to ask yourself repeatedly, what do I need to keep going? What do I need to make it through another 90 days? What do I need to make it through another semester? What do I need? Again, these are such simple questions that we should be asking ourselves. And if you do take the time to sit down and go through all of these questions that I'm giving you in this video, you actually do the work that I'm giving you in this video, you will move mountains for yourself. The answers to these questions will instantly give you clarity on what your next steps are. So step 3 is whatever you figured out your gap is, so whatever is keeping you from where it is that you want to be, you need to go and learn that skill. I don't care if you have to Google it. I don't care if you watch YouTube videos on it. I don't care if you do the work to find a podcast that's all about how to learn that skill, buying a book on it or getting one from the library, enrolling in a course about it, hiring a coach or an expert to teach you. Once you know what you have to work on, you got to go and do the work to work on it. And in my video that I filmed a few weeks ago called What to Do If It Feels Like Nothing Is Working, I actually walk you through the exact self-evaluation process that I take my students through to help them to figure out what the gap is, what the issue is, what the problem is, what it is that they need to figure out and get good at if they want to keep making progress towards their goal. And I teach you exactly how to figure out what that skill gap is, and then how to create a plan so that you can practice, and get better at that skill so that you can make progress towards achieving your goal. So once you have decided that you're all in, that you're not quitting, you figure out what the gap is, what's keeping you from already having achieved it. Once you figured out how you're going to learn that skill and you're doing the work to actually learn it, the fourth and final step is to self-evaluate again. You gotta keep checking in with yourself. You gotta keep tabs on what your thoughts are focused on. Are you starting to tell yourself the story again that you're wanting to quit? Are you staying committed? Are you constantly reminding yourself on why it's important and why you actually want to keep going and how this is the best thing for you? Are you selling yourself on the commitment that you made every single day? Are you evaluating what's working, what's not working, and what needs to shift? And then are you making those shifts? Because all you're going to be doing is repeating this process over and over and over again until you achieve your goal. You really can wake up a semester from now having everything it is that you desired academically as a student, but you have to be the one to create it for yourself. You have to be the one that decides that you want it. You have to figure out what's standing in your way. You have to do the work to move whatever that barrier is, or get good at mastering whatever skill is going to help you to get over that barrier. And you got to do this day in and day out. And what I want you to know, what I want to offer you is this: you have everything that you need to succeed as a student, because you have a working human brain that is designed to learn, that is designed to grow, that is designed to evolve. So if you don't have something that you want yet, it's not because you're not smart enough or you're not meant to have it. It just may be that you're lacking a skill, or you're lacking the support, or you're lacking the guidance to help you get there. So figure out what it is and then go to work to give yourself that. So I showed you in this video exactly how not to give up on yourself. And if you put to use what I shared in this video, I promise you that a semester from now, your life is going to be entirely different. My name is Clarissa. I am the life coach for college students and the creator of Educated, the Art of Becoming a Good Student, the only coaching program for college students that teaches you how to create an effective study plan, a study schedule, and shows you how to stick to it all semester long so that you can actually earn better grades and have the free time to live your best life. And if you liked this video and you're ready to recommit to yourself, you've decided that you don't want to quit, I really recommend that you watch the video that's on the screen right now, what to do when it feels like nothing is working, because I walk you through how to create a plan for yourself to keep going. I go into a lot more detail than I did in this video in regards to the self-evaluation process. So I would watch that video next and do everything that I say there.